Hello, everyone. Good morning. Morning. I think I can hear myself. Hope there's no problem with that. Hello, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thank you, Jeremiah. Thank you, Muminat. I think it's just a handful of us here. I believe you can hear me clearly.
Yes.
Yes, we can very clearly.
All right. Thank you very much. No. Share. Okay. All right. I think I will just wait for 1 more minute before I get started. Thank you for having me. It's a beautiful day over here. Hope you guys are good. So in a few seconds, I'm going to start. So whoever meets us are going to be joining us along the way, because I only have an hour to do this. So there won't be a need to be extending the time period after the session again, because I want it to be a very structured one so that I'm already streaming on YouTube. So I believe the recording is always going to be there for whoever wants to go back to it and reference. So thank you again. Basically today, we are going to be talking about a very crucial aspect of growth marketing for every business. And it is a mix of how businesses can use analytics, metrics, and also their own customer journey to develop a growth strategy and implement it in a way that bring a very predictable growth for businesses. And as you can see, the theme on my screen is the fact that acquiring customer is the easy part. And in this workshop, we are going to be using two of my two campaigns that I did recently, like from 2 different months, the same business, but 2 different campaigns from 2 different months. And the first one was the one we got 1,276 users for just $211 in a period of 30 days. And why that number is very tricky eventually, I'm going to be diving a lot more into that. So who am I? I'm Sheriffdeen Soleye. I'm the founder and growth marketer at, okay, I think we have a couple of people trying to join. Yeah, I hope I've been able to admit everyone who is trying to join now. You can just drop me a message like to acknowledge, please. If I believe you can hear me, I believe you can all hear me loud and clear.
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. So, like I said earlier, I was about to introduce myself. I'm Sheriffdeen Soleye. I'm a growth marketer and founder at SLSB Solutions. We specialize in growth marketing, product analytics for businesses across UK and Nigeria, basically. And also, I have more than 4 years experience in growth marketing, lead generation, and performance marketing for businesses across US, UK, Asia, and Africa. Also, I'm the former head of email marketing at Growth Hackers. This is an agency in the US that specializes in growth marketing for startups. Prior to my experience in marketing, I've been working as a telecoms engineer for about 6 years across project management and service delivery for businesses like Spectranet, CrystalFix, and Huawei. I've also worked on projects for MTN, Airtel, and other major operators in Nigeria. So I have led growth systems in email marketing, lifecycle emails, paid acquisition, think of it, Google Ads, TikTok Ads, Meta Ads, and funnels building and customer relationship management systems building. I'm also an MSc graduate in artificial intelligence and data science, and I'm the founder of SLSB Solutions. So the two campaigns that I said I'm going to be using as case studies in this session are one of my most recent campaigns for a business in Nigeria, basically. And in fact, this workshop is about sharing the lessons that I actually derive from those campaigns and how exactly those informations can be used for by every businesses, whether small scale or medium scale businesses, can be used to transform their growth. So in this specific campaign, in the last 23 days, that's from July 23rd to August 21, we saw this number of installs customer acquired for this business. And this project was done specifically in Lagos Island. You can see this is just for Lagos Island. And as well, we spent a total of $209. That is less than, that's barely about $7 a day. That's about 9,000 naira. And the channel that we use for this campaign is Google Ads. I'm going to be diving a lot more into how you can replicate these things in your own business, in your own career as well. So this was a period of 30 days and we generated all these numbers. And prior to this campaign, something happened, which is going to be the theme for this entire workshop. In the last 30 days before this current last 30 days, we actually had 1,276 people who actually came as customers to download the app. But we saw something that was very, very tricky. Only 2 people actually completed the onboarding process to become paying customers for that brand in that initial first 30 days. So did the campaign succeed? Those are the lessons and those are the trajectory that I want this workshop to drive us into. So in the next couple of minutes, I'm going to be diving a lot more into how we acquired these users, the decisions that we made, the rationale behind our decisions, and how we can also use these lessons to transform any business, whether it is real estate business, you are an e-commerce brand, or whatever. So in fact, I would like us to just share a little bit about our business. You know, maybe you can just drop me a message in the chat. Tell me about your business, the kind of business that you do, so I can know the kind of audience that we have in this workshop, so that I can know the kind of examples that I'm going to be using to illustrate my point clearly. So you can just drop me a message in the chat, tell me your kind of business, then yeah, I'll be waiting for you guys. Can anyone hear me? I want this to be interactive. I don't want it to be myself talking to myself.
Yes, yes, we can hear you, sir.
Yeah, please tell me about yourself, your business. Let's know what you do. Let's know so that we can know, because my goal is to be able to help you to transform. If you are just getting started with growth marketing, you want to learn about product marketing and performance marketing. So I can know the kind of audience that we have. So I can know the kind of examples and the kind of idea that I will be sharing. Because the goal,
Okay.
one of our goal in this workshop is for us to take lessons out in a way that we can implement it for ourselves, for our clients. If you are a freelancer, if you are a marketing specialist working for a business, you can, you can take these lessons and literally implement it in your own business. So this is from Kenya. You're starting a carpool app. Oh, good. So this is
Okay, you want us to drop it as a chat? Sorry.
yeah. I just saw that. Can I just drop it as a chat in the comment section in the chat? So this is Kapu from Kenya. I think you are, sorry, I mean, that's not Rensin from Kenya. You are starting the Kapu app. So this business tool is an app, basically, but it's a marketplace. So it has two fronts. As a marketplace, you have the vendors and you have the consumers. So it is like in two dimensions. So this is going to be an exciting one for you, Rensin. Thank you. Yeah. So who else is going? Yeah, Jeremiah from Nigeria, you are a marketing expert that helps businesses to run paid advertising. Nice to meet you, Jeremiah. Yeah, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Okay, I think.
Thank you, sir.
All right. So, I think with these two, we can just proceed for now. So others, you can as well just drop your.
So also, I wanted to add the context to the last one I did. So, but I will put it in the chat box.
Okay, all right. So you can just drop your message. I'll be seeing it as we proceed. So in the next few minutes, we are going to be talking about the decisions and the rationale behind our decisions and why that number was almost meaningless and how to spot the same trap in your own business and for your own clients. So we are also going to be using a diagnostic approach you can run today, in a couple of minutes. You can, put things down, write your own pen and paper, and you can literally just start implementing it in your own campaigns right immediately. So there is one thing that I want us to understand about growth marketing. Growth is because in fact, what we should actually understand is that growth marketing is different from conventional marketing because it is like a tactic. It is like a strategic kind of marketing that is focused on revenue growth. Sometimes the North Star metric could be revenue growth. Sometimes it could be that you are just starting a business, you want to penetrate market, you are not even after revenue. Sometimes just that you want to you have some specific target in mind, maybe number of users that you want to generate. So the reason why growth marketing is quite different from performance marketing is because in performance marketing, it is a lot more focused on paid acquisition, paid advertising. You use Google Ads. But when it comes to growth, it could be any channel. It could be maybe organic channels that you are using, maybe your SEO. It could be your referral from influencers. It could be any form of channel that you are using. That's why, because growth marketing is adaptive. It is not a one-way kind of traffic approach. So what we should have here is have at the back of our mind is that growth is a multiplication. That's not an addiction. Because think of all these metrics that you can see on my dashboard now. Every one of us, if you are running a marketing campaign, if you are running a marketing, okay, so you said last I was a pain paralysis clinic in Lekki, Lagos that heals chronic paralysis with advanced, okay, acupuncture techniques. The drawback we are currently having is that we are having and leads the lower salaries and gets to where they book their first appointment and they mostly go cold. Exactly. Exactly. This is the exact challenge that I want to address um in this workshop, because a lot getting customers is pretty much the easy part. If you are a freelancer, you can easily get one on Upwork or any platforms to run your ads for you, maybe Facebook ads, Google ads. You can get the customers, but to actually drive them to become paying customers is where the problem is for a lot of businesses. And that is where good marketing comes in. That is where the strategic funnel thinking comes in place. So now, um, like I said earlier on, I said growth is a multiplication game, not an addition game. If you are getting the reach, if you check your dashboard, you are getting the reach. Let's say you run ads on Facebook or Instagram, you are seeing a lot of people, a lot of impressions. You are even getting a lot of customers. But if those customers are not getting activated, they are not booking a session with your client or with your business, that means you will not make any money. And if you are not making any money, there's no revenue growth. So every aspect of this, every aspect of the growth funnel needs to be active. And one thing is that if any one of these phase is near zero or zero, then likely everything is going to be turning back to zero. It is just like you have 1 times 1 times 1 times 0 times 1, everything becomes zero. So even if you are getting 1 million reach, 1,000 customer acquired, 100 activations, if your retention is low at zero or maybe near one or something, you are likely not going to be making any revenue. So you need to understand your numbers. Number one is how many customers are we reaching? So this is the framework. If you are running a marketing campaign for your clients, like Jeremiah, now you are a marketing specialist, the framework to think is sometimes it could be that the offer is the problem. Sometimes it could be that the after activities, because there is a particular framework that we use. It is more like you need the products or fulfillment, which is like in the offer range. Then you have the systems in between. Then after the systems in between, you have the traffic. So if you are getting the traffic and the traffic is coming into a system that is not okay, then to a very large extent, there will not be any success. Everything needs to be at least average or even above average for you to be able to make sustainable revenue growth for businesses. So in this case, now, if you have your reach, this is like the numbers that you are getting from your Instagram impressions, the number of awareness that you are getting, and you are getting customer acquired, you are getting activation, you are getting retention, you are getting revenue. So what you want to do is to look at which of this is low. In terms of this reach now, you can think of it like the number of people you are reaching on Facebook or Instagram or whichever social channel you are using for your advertising. Then how many people maybe you funnel them to your WhatsApp, how many people are actually coming to the WhatsApp? Those are the number of people you acquire. How many people are booking a meeting or even asking for payment? In the case of an e-commerce, you want to think of activation of people who are asking for your payments, that, okay, want to make payments. Those are people who are activated to make payment. Then you want to move to the next stage, which are the number of people who are coming back to your business, who are actually, making the eventual payment. So those people are the ones that you are able to actually close. Then the revenue streams are how many people. This usually comes from referral, because if somebody buys once, that is likely not going to be leading to substantial revenue for businesses. If you calculate your customer acquisition cost, maybe it took you a customer acquisition cost of maybe like $5 to acquire one customer now, and you look at the margin of your profit on that particular product, for you to be able to make substantial revenue, those buyers need to come back again and again. That is where your lifetime value comes in place. You need to repeat the number of times they come back. It could be that time that you acquire them, they are not ready to buy, or even they make a payment once. You want to develop strategies to get them to come back. Maybe set up a remarketing campaign with your paid advertising. If you are running ads, if you have email marketing systems in place, you want to set up a kind of like life cycle email marketing to cross-sell them, to upsell them, to get them to get reactivated and buy again and again and again. Anytime you have a new product, you have a new feature in your product, you want to activate it, again, so that they keep coming back. So it is by getting one person to become a repeat buyer, that is how you can expand revenue. If you run one ad at a time, they make a purchase, they are not coming back. Very likely, that is not going to be leading to substantial revenue for the business. So that is why I said acquisition is the easy part. Getting customers at the initial phase is the easy part. That is what we did in this campaign. We got more than 1,000 customers in just about 30 days. And what we did was we used Google Ads. We use Google Ads. You can see my campaign now. We use Google Ads for this. And another thing I would like to share about this is the fact that Google Ads is one of those best channels that you can use. Google Ads is one of those best channels because Google Ads now, you are targeting people based on intent. If you are selling iTicket, for example, I recently worked with a business in US that was a doctor. So he helps players like athletes, not just football players, people who run, athletes, to fix some injuries that they have. There's a kind of, he has a term, a name that he calls it. So what he did was that, people who are having injury, most of the time, the best way to actually reach to them is these people are in pain and they are looking for answers on ChatGPT. They are looking for answers on Google. So by running Google Ads, you are targeting people who are already having intent towards that problem. They are looking for answers. That's why they are searching on Google. If I'm traveling to, let's say, United States now, I want to buy an apartment in United States, or maybe I want to book an hotel. I'll be searching for best hotel, within my budget range, all those kind of things. So if somebody is running Google Ads and it's an hospitality business, because I'm searching, they are easily able to capture my intent at that point. So that is why Google Ads is one of the best channels to get immediate results. And that was what we're using this our own campaign. So for anybody, if you have a client, you want to run marketing campaign for them, you want to help them to get quick customers, Google Ads is one of your best bets. And Google Ads is a lot more tricky than Facebook Ads, but this is not a class about how to set up Google Ads or how to run Google Ads. But trust me, Google Ads is one of the best channels that you can actually use to get high intent buyers, people who are ready. So if you are struggling with, you are getting leads and they are not converting into paying customers, go and launch Google Ads for that same campaign. So you are able to capture people who have intent. In this campaign that you are seeing on my screen, I did not even target only Lagos State. This business is in Lagos State. I did not target the entire Lagos State. I targeted people in Lagos State in some specific areas on Lagos Island alone. Just I think Lekki, Ajah, some other, just 4 places like that. Ikoyi and Victoria Island. I targeted just about 6 places in Lagos Island. And I captured those people who are searching for those problems in that specific place. So that is the strategy behind, that is the rationale behind this. And it gave me my results. So sometimes I will talk about that, why, if you go too broad, you are going to be struggling. So you want to capture people who are serious buyers, who are ready to buy from you, who are ready to so that's that. And this campaign you're seeing my screen, I only use it's only for Lagos, and I selected some specific places alone. It is an app. We spent just we spent about $209, and that was, it gave us all these very amazing results. Also in a period of just 30 days. This is the last 30 days. I did this morning. I took this screenshot this morning. There is another. I'll go to there's another metric that we have for the one that we had in the last 30 days. That was the one that actually gave us the lists, the two completed registrations. For this month now, we have not measured the number of registrations that we did because we have put in some metric after we did our evaluation of all these numbers. after we did the evaluation of all these numbers, what we did is that we've been able to identify where the funnel is leaking. People were actually being acquired, but they were not taking actions. So why are they not taking actions? We did evaluations of all these metrics. We evaluated our number of reach, we evaluated our acquisition, we evaluated our number of activations, we evaluated our retention metrics, our revenue metrics, and we were able to actually come up with the right number, the right people, the place where the funnel is leaking. In this app, in this specific app, what we realized was that there's a challenge with the onboarding process. Sometimes if you are working with an e-commerce brand, it could be that the challenge is going to be with maybe checkouts. Maybe the number of actions people need to take before checking out is complicated. So people kind of like get discouraged to even make a purchase. I work with an e-commerce brand sometimes ago that sells i-ticket electronics. What the challenge I faced in that campaign was the fact that a lot of people were trying to make a purchase, but the payment gateway they were using, I think, was it Flutterwave or something? It was restricting them from collecting a certain number of payments. Imagine somebody wants to make a payment of like 2.5 million naira, and they are now seeing a message from the payment gateway telling them, "Are you sure you trust this brand?" That single message was discouraging people from going ahead with the payments. And that was the challenge. So you need to evaluate your own business. You need to evaluate your own metrics, understand your funnel, and understand what is the journey and where are people dropping off. Once you are able to identify where people are dropping off, you'll be able to know what to fix at every point in time. So now let's take an example of a caterer that sells on Instagram as an example. This caterer gets 10,000 impressions on Instagram because she posts organically, or let's say she runs Facebook ads. 10,000 people are seeing her posts, but only 200 people are sending her message on WhatsApp from this campaign. Then 8 people are asking for price. Then only 1 person is eventually booking for her catering service. In this simple demonstration now, you can see that this person does not have a reach problem. She's getting the impression on Instagram, but it is not translating into money. So what exactly, can you tell me apart from the fact that she has a conversation problem, what other problem can you see in this funnel? I would like somebody to just tell me, what other problem can you see in this funnel? Maybe you can just unmute yourself and just tell me what you think. Let's diagnose this business together. Let's come up with ideas so that we can actually make this practicable for one another.
Yeah, I think there's the league where payment is involved, because if you looked at people that asked for price 8, and if you look at the ratio of those that eventually booked, so it means that I think there's a misfit somewhere between price inquiry and the final stage of the funnel where they're supposed to make payment. I think there's something not in alignment in those 2 last areas, and the price, asking for the price, and eventually making the purchase.
All right, brilliant. That's very brilliant. Can anyone also share another perspective? Can anyone else also share some other perspective? Mumina, Twensin.
Then also another thing I saw there is that if you look at the number of people that saw the post and the number of persons that actually sent the message, you will realize that it's not, the post seem not to be engaging enough, because if you look at that number, it's quite a lot.
Exactly.
To
so you can see.
I saw it. So it means, I think, hello, yeah, that's my take. I'm thinking the post is not as engaging as should be.
Yeah, so that's quite another good perspective, because if you look at this funnel now, the funnel is having several problems. Apart from the fact that even these 10,000 people seeing impressions It's good, quite all right. Still average. It's not even the best, you know. But at the same time, if I was this business owner, what I'll focus on right now is why are 10,000 people seeing my post and only 2% are just sending me message? Is there a product market fit problem or a message market fit? That means these ads, for example, it is stopping the scroll. A lot of people are seeing this content. They are stopping, they are looking at it, but they are not taking action. They are not interested. So there could be a problem with the offer. Maybe your price has problem. Maybe you can introduce something like a free delivery. You can introduce some other things to actually make it irresistible for them. So something needs to be done about that offer. So that's number one. So if you can get the right products that fit into the right market, you are guaranteed of scaling beyond that stage of the funnel. Then another thing is that your message. What is the kind of message that you are using? Maybe you are selling to businesses in UK. The kind of message that you used to sell to businesses in UK is different from the kind of messages that you used to sell to businesses in Nigeria. If you are selling to businesses in US, the kind of message you use is different from the one you use in the UK. You know, the UK environment is much more, it's a very sophisticated market in terms of expectation of content and like that. You want to be top notch when it comes to your content and all. The same thing with the US market. But if you are selling to places like the UAE, like Dubai, you want to give this feel of luxury. You want to give this feel of uniqueness, this feel of like localizing your messaging. So you need to understand the behavior of these people in different segments of your audience and know the right message to actually, use to tailor them. So that is the concept of the first one is the concept is the product market fit. Then the second one is the message market fit. Now, a lot of people are so if you are be able to fix this product market fit and message market fit, now let's look at the next stage of the funnel, which is the number of 200 people are actually coming, but we are still getting a very low number, people asking for price. You know, just 4% asking for price. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done. So now what you want to do in this case is, okay, these people that are asking for price, how can you win them like a lot more? Then you need to look at your business model. One of the ways that you can actually make your business model is to differentiate yourself explicitly. So that's the concept of so when you differentiate yourself explicitly, it could be that the speed at which you deliver your service is what that makes you unique and make you different. If you are doing the same thing with every other person in that industry, then there's no reason why they should buy from you. They rather just stick to their previous customers. But if you are coming in with another dimension, maybe a better experience, maybe a better price, maybe a better quality of delivery, maybe a better quality of product. You need to come up with a better model. And that is why entrepreneurship is not a child's play. You can be testing a model for a period of several months. You can be testing a single model for a period of several months. So that's how it works. So it is unlike, so it is not like a one-way traffic kind of thing. You can be testing, experimenting, subjecting everything to hypothesis. Okay, what if we increase our product price? Like Amazon. When Amazon was more like in the logistic business when they started up. Of course, they are selling online, but their core strength is in the logistics. They were delivering faster than FedEx in the US. That was how they were able to capture that market. That even people prefer to use Amazon than the conventional logistic company. They prefer to use Amazon's own logistic systems. So that was how they were able to capture the market. So that is the concept. Now, so now the next stage of the funnel. So now you want to look at your model. So if you are a marketing freelancer or these are the things that you want to share with your clients. Because a lot of people say they pay marketers, they are not making them money, they get angry, they cancel the contract. Those are the things that you can do to make a difference. Help them to see things from another perspective. Help them to see their own business better than they can. A lot of people are running business. They don't have business knowledge. Sometimes people approach me to help them to run their marketing campaign. I rather funnel them to come and have a training session with me, or maybe invite them to this kind of workshop, because I realize that I cannot. This business is not even. This business cannot scale if you run paid ads. We can only get reach. We can get awareness, but I see a lot of other problems in the system. Maybe you don't even have a closer. You are funneling people to your market, to your WhatsApp system. You don't have automation system. You say that you are getting too much messages. You cannot attend to all of them. Why not set up an automation system to cater for all these kind of things? So that's how you want to make yourself difference in your model. You respond faster, you deliver better product. All those kind of things are things that you want to put into place. Then another thing is the final session is the how many people are actually booking for this caterer. Even from what we are seeing here, I think the percentage of the booking is even the highest. So right now, the work that needs to be done on this business is beyond focusing on sales. There are foundational problems that needs to be resolved. And those are the things that I would advise any business owner to do. If you are joining me, if you hire me to be your marketing consultant or something, these are the kind of things that I will help you to fix first. Your business are having fundamental problems. And with these things in place, you cannot scale. Sometimes running paid advertising for some businesses can kill that brand. If you don't have the right system, you don't have the right products, and you are running ads, you are going to be ending off using your own money to buy people that will give you a negative review. So understanding this stage of the funnel where things need to be fixed, those are the things that needs to be done from scratch. So another part of the system is to pick one person. You cannot be for everybody. Understand your buyer persona.
The last segment you took, I got it up to the point of business model. I don't know if you mentioned anything else.
Okay, the last session, I talked about. So I said, the business model. So those are the things that needs to be fixed first. Every other thing is kind of like secondary.
Okay.
So the point is that as a growth marketer in growth marketing, you have this funnel thinking approach. It is not, you are not just, I'm running Facebook ads for you, I'm running Google ads for you. No, that's not it. You have this fun, you are focused on the actual business growth and what grows the business revenue. If you have an app and you are acquiring users, they are not signing up, they are not, paying, they are not moving from free trial to paid trial, then understand where the challenge is and resolve those problems before you take it one after the other. If any part of this funnel, all these metrics now, if any part of them is what's it called, is zero or almost zero,
Or
then
near zero.
that is where the work needs to be. So sometimes it is not even the responsibility of the marketer. You as a marketing specialist, it might not be your problem. They'll tell you your ad is not working. You are running ads for them. They are not making sales. That's not your problem. Sometimes it is their problem, but they don't know. So it is you now that need to educate them, help them to understand how and where they need to fix things for your ads to be able to get them the right result. So that's about that. So
Thank you so much. Sorry for drawing you back.
Okay. Like in this case now, if you keep increasing the number of money you are putting into this advertising, you are going to be getting the increased impressions. And if from those impressions, you are going to be getting still 2%. It doesn't change anything. So putting more money doesn't solve any problem. You need to, retrospect, think back. What are the problems? Let's look at the funnel. Let's put everything into pieces. Let's subject this one to an hypothesis. Let's experiment. Even up to the level of pricing, you want to, which price is working the best. Okay, when we were selling for £9, we got a lot of people, you put everything into experiment. People just make assumptions of this thing. Even people, if you ask them why do you choose a price for your product, they don't know. They just choose price based on their instincts. Pricing alone is something that is. I did a machine learning project on pricing alone. A dynamic system that use machine learning to predict pricing. Just by changing price for an e-commerce brand in Brazil, we were able to uplift revenue by 30%. Just by using dynamic pricing, getting the right price for the right customers at the right time, we were able to uplift revenue by 30%. So if you don't know that even your pricing, all those things, all those experiments need to be done, then trust me, no matter how much you put in advertising, you cannot scale. Now, let me move to the next page, which is picking one person. You cannot be for everybody at the start. Every ad platform prices you on relevance. If you are running ads on Google now, if your messaging on Google is not relevant to what people are searching for, you are going to be paying heavily on Google. Let me give you an example from this campaign. Look at this campaign now. If you look at my optimization score, optimization score is the combination of quality score and other metrics like that. It is showing how relevant, because Google thrives on relevance, and the same thing with every platform. If you have a creative or your ads is catching attention, it helps the advertising platform to make more money, and it helps them to retain their users. But if people are struggling, maybe you are running ads on Google and your landing page is not giving the enough message to the users, that means most likely people are coming for something, they are seeing something else. The platform will punish you for that. So you need to make your advertising relevant to that audience, to those people you are targeting. The same thing applies to Facebook and Instagram. The more you make your advertising relevant to them, the better results you are going to be getting. So that's the point about relevance. Then the density creates value. Spreading your campaign too broad creates nothing. In this campaign, I told you we targeted just 6 places in Lagos Island, not entire Lagos. So not entire Lagos, just in Lagos Island. We target, I think, Lekki, Ikoyi, Victoria Island, and I've forgotten. We just selected 6 places in Lagos Island, and those are the places that we target. So that means an hairdresser in Ikoyi is useful to a customer in Ikoyi. The same hairdresser is useless to someone in Ikeja. They don't want to go to Ikeja. It depends on the business. Sometimes there could be a way to facilitate logistics, but making it much more granular is a sweet spot that you want to get to. If you're a restaurant business now, you can even target maybe a few estates around your location. Once you've finished with that, then you can start moving to the next stage. Okay, let's start expanding. Okay, we are finished with Lagos Island. Let's add mainland. Let's add all the Lagos entirely. Let's add Lagos axis. Let's add the whole southwest. Let's add major cities in Nigeria. Let's add all Nigeria. You want to take it one step at a time. If you can succeed at a small level, you are likely going to be succeeding at a bigger level. So that's my next point. Then the decision theory is about measuring force. Today, just spare the seconds. You don't need any software. You don't need anything. Don't make it complicated. You only need 3 numbers. Check how many message in your last campaign, your market last campaign that you run. Check how many message you are getting. How many of them are asking for price, and how many are paying. Once you can identify this, you know where your problem is. If you can write this down now, how many people message you in your WhatsApp from your last campaign, even if you are not running any paid campaign, how many people messaged you from what's it called, from your content that you are posting on Instagram or Facebook? You know, if you are getting zero, then something is wrong with your content. If you are getting people, messaging you, but nobody is asking for price, then something is asking wrong with your product. They are not interested. Look at the model. Then if you ask if they are interested in your model, but they are not paying, is there something wrong with the customer journey, with the payment system? Sometimes even maybe you are using your own personal account instead of business account. Maybe that's what is discouraging people from paying. Those are the things that you want to put into place. As a small business owner, you can start implementing these things right away. Then the goal is to start small. Your campaign. That's the easy part. You can literally just launch your campaign. Once you are able to get all these things right, then give it time. If you look at this trajectory on my screen now, it is showing how effective the campaign was. At the initial stage, we were spending about $0.21. Eventually, we were spending about 0.18 to acquire one customer. Everything gets cheaper over time because it becomes more relevant, and we were getting more reaction, and even the Google algorithm was seeing that, okay, this campaign is making sense, this business is making sense, this product is making sense, this offer is making sense. So they are helping us to save costs. This campaign, we spend about $7 in a day. That's barely less than 10,000 naira daily campaign. Sometimes you see people spending up to 20,000 naira. They say they are not seeing results. They are not seeing results. Why are you not seeing results? Nobody is asking that question. They want to blame Facebook. They want to blame the system. No. Advertising is supposed to help your business grow. The goal of advertising is for you to put $1 and make $3. As a business person, your business, if you have a growth system in place, you must be confident that if I put 1 million in my advertising, I'm going to be making nothing less than 2 million. If you are not doing that, there's a problem with your systems. That's what you need to fix. You need to find out where the problem is and fix it. So vanity metrics, all these metrics, reach, followers, all those things, they are vanity metrics most times. The only one that I will regard as not as a vanity metric is if you are getting shares. People are sharing your post. That means they are referring you to their own network. That one is still like the most important metric that you can track it with your social media. Yeah. So what? You are getting followers, impression, website visit, download, likes. They don't mean anything. What you want to track is how many people are paying, how many people are coming back to pay. Because even if you get somebody to pay you once, maybe you do an influencer campaign, they pay you once, and they are not coming back, they are not referring you to other people. That means you are not growing. Eventually, business will die. How many people are actually, responding to your inquiries, how many customers are returning. Those are the numbers that are important. Good numbers hide the problem. That install figure looks so healthy. Nobody would have gone looking for a fault. Like that campaign now, if we were not diagnostic in our approach, we will not be even looking for any problem. And that's where a lot of marketers are. You don't have a diagnostic approach to your campaigns. That's the challenge. Then measure these two instead. You need to have a North Star metric. A North Star metric is the single number that shows the real value delivered, not activity. That's the single most important metric that you want to track. Let's say you are running advertising for a fashion brand now. You need to ask the business owner, why did you start this business? Okay, I want to help people with small size get their sizes. Okay, how many people who have small sizes have been getting their sizes? You need to know these numbers. Then if they are getting it, how many of them are coming back? Those are the kind of things you want to track. Number of repeat purchase that you are getting from this kind of people from your North Star metric. So in the case of a restaurant, it could be a repeat orders per week. If you are running a restaurant business, if you are a retailer, it could be how many garments we have delivered on time, not how many garments we have delivered. How many garments we have delivered on time. That is what brings joy to our customers. That is what helps them to refer us to others. If you say because you are selling, people are booking. No, that's not enough. How many people are talking good about us? How many people are referring us? If you are a tutor, how many students are being enrolled in it in month 3, how many people are still enrolling in my course. That tells you if they're actually enjoying your service or your business. So there's another concept that is called the aha moment, the point where a stranger becomes a customer. For example, for Facebook, it was, they noticed that people were sticking to the platform when 7 friends, people were getting up to 7 friends in 10 days. That was the moment that people were sticking and spending more time on Facebook. For Twitter, they noticed that people who had about 30 accounts following were the ones that are sticking to the platform when they started. So they encourage people to follow more accounts. Once you understand the challenge, what drives your aha moment, somebody recently told me a strategy that she used. She's somebody, I think one of these popular business women. So she told me a strategy she used at the time. She said she used to make some products like food products. So she used to take her product to supermarket for them to sell for them to list it on their shelf. But they used to reject her. But what she did was that she now engineered the armament for them. Let me tell you how she did it. Because people will not become repeat comers if they are not getting that sweet spot of your business. So this is how she engineered her own armament. Whenever she takes products to this supermarket, maybe she'll just give them that when they finish, maybe when they make the sale, they should pay her. They should just take it for free. She will not be the one to send people to go and buy that product from them. So in the eyes of the restaurant, in the eyes of the supermarket owners, they are feeling like this product is moving fast. So when these people buy from her, from them, she will now even send another set of people to go there to go and be asking, you people, I want this product, I want this. Do you have? No, they don't. We don't have. Another person, instantly the manager will be calling her, Madam, bring this your product. Or people are asking for it. She helped them. She engineered it for them. You can do that in your SaaS product, in your service business. You can find a way to hack it. You can engineer it for people to actually feel that sweet spot. So the aha moment is something that you want to achieve. So you need to find yours with a notebook, take your last 20 customers and do a diagnosis. Who came back? Who did not? What did the returning ones do that the others did not do? Did they get a reply within an hour or instead of a day? Did they order a specific product first? Did someone call and walk them through it? Did they meet you in person? Understand what is the thing that they are enjoying. Try to understand these numbers. Then you can know what to focus on. So show value, ask second, So that's the point. So today, as a takeaway from this workshop, do this within 20 minutes on your pen and paper. Draw your funnel, put 5 boxes, like the one I listed above. Put down how many people are you reaching, how many people are engaged, how many people are inquiring, how many people are buying from you, how many people are coming back. Put down these numbers. Once you put down this number, next week, for the last month's numbers too, write them down. If you don't know, the one you don't know, don't put you don't know. So that tells you that you need to find it. So work out these percentages. How many, okay, we got 1,000 people on Instagram, only 5 people. Calculate the percentage. Then put a number to all these things. So the one that is low, the one that is the lowest, calculate. And that is what you need to work on right now. On Monday, start on Monday. We have seen that, okay, our inquiry is low. Well, so all our energy is focused on, tell all your staffs. Now we want to focus on getting more inquiries. What can we do? Everybody should brainstorm. Okay, when we used to have inquiry, what are people that inquire? Why did they inquire? Talk to them, get this feedback. So work on nothing else until this number moves up. Once this number, repeat the same process for other part of your funnel. Like that, that's how you grow. So there's a simple test that you can do. Once you're able to achieve that, you can now start, you've been able to engineer their armaments, people are now enjoying your product, then you want to start doing these these tests. It is called the Sean Ellis test. You need to ask people, what are they enjoying about your product? How would they be disappointed if you take away this product for them? Maybe you change your business. If people say, please don't stop this business, we want you to continue, then you know that yes, this is a business that has reached a point of growth. You can confidently talk to any investor. Dear investor, I need $1 million. I need $1 million. This $1 million, if you give me, I can turn it to $2 million in 90 days. Because you have your numbers, you have your traction, you have your projection. It is not miraculous. You know what you are doing. And if you are not gotten to that point, go back to your campaign, execute it, look at what is missing and fix it. So these are campaign, the previous 30 days, I said we got $211, and in about 30 days, we found out exactly where the business was breaking. You can do that for yourself today. Find your smallest number and fix that. Everything else is noise. Everything. If you are running more ads, you are paying influencer, everything is noise. Fix what you need to fix. Nothing, not the influencer, not the reach, not the advertising, not the. So that's that about that. I think at this point I would like to take questions then before we round up. I think it's time already. We have just 3 minutes to go. Thank you very much. And thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sheriffdeen. Thank you so much for this wonderful section. Thank you for taking the time to make it as practical as can be. So yes, so what I want to ask at this moment is that now I just want you to advise from a marketing expert point of view. When people come to you and say they need that. Now, how best can one go about it to say, okay, we need to first do a proper diagnosis of your system? Would it not be because I took a job, and although not that I was doing anything serious, but because I had other tasks that I was doing and I was being pressured that I had no leads are coming in and everything like that. So I'm saying that how do one inculcate this system such that, okay, there is a roadmap and art becomes the last bust, the last stop in that trajectory, such that we are able to have checked all other things before art. So I'm saying, how do one make sure that this is inculcated before art, or would it not be as if one is wasting unnecessary timing before getting it to start? So I just want to have your take on how you go about it, that okay, diagnosis is also part of this whole system and not just art. Then another thing I want to ask is, when it comes to, I know this, you've said it that this is not a Google Ads section, but I want to ask that from your experience, for Google Ads, which does best for you? Is it the search ads or the display ads? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And it's a very brilliant question that you have asked. So for the first question, you don't want to stop ads. The approach that I would recommend is to run both simultaneously. As you are running your ads, that's where you are going to be getting in fact, running your ads is the best way to go. Because if you are not running ads, you are not getting enough traffic. You will not know where to diagnose. So if you are working with a business now and you are running the ads, at the same time you are diagnosing the funnel and you are seeing where the problem is. So what you want to do at that point is that help them to understand that we are running these ads. Our performance is very good, but you guys need to do your own homework on these areas. Help them to identify it. Like in this campaign that I showed you now, there is an app developer that built that product. So instantly, as I was seeing these problems, I was communicating with them. So all the effort was being pushed to the advertising, to the product developer to fix this on the app. Okay, the onboarding process needs to be fixed. If they want, if they want to, from the marketing, you can give all the recommendation. For example, now, in this case now, one of my recommendations is you can set up a life cycle marketing systems that use SMS, in-app notification systems to drive people to take action. So when you give your recommendation, you can even use it to expand your service to them. Okay, let me handle your life cycle marketing. Your email marketing is not good enough. Let's improve it. So that is the work that needs to be done continuously. You keep doing it. So and for the fact that you have a traffic coming from paid advertising, it makes the job faster. So that's how it works. Then the second question is about what? Sorry, I forgot that.
Yeah, from your experience for Google Ads, which does best? Is it the search ads or the
Yeah, with Google Ads, you use honestly, it depends on your strategy. For example, now and what the goal of the business is. If your goal is to drive, and it depends on the kind of business. Okay, for example, this week now, this week I launched a campaign for a brand in US that is going for a tour. It's a musical concert. They are going for a tour. In that Google Ads campaign, what I did was that I combined performance marks, I combined display art, everything, because people need to see what the brand is going to be looking like. But in case of maybe somebody who is offering a service or something, search ads might be better. You want to target people who are already searching for those problems.
They have intent.
They have that intent. So you want to combine all these strategies together and see which one works best. And so that's the purpose of the media plan. Before you launch any campaign, you have a media plan. Then you have a media strategy. So it's from the media strategy, from the media plan, that you have solved all those problems. Campaign execution is just the last part. You develop a media plan. This is how much we are going to spend. This is the budget that we have. This campaign that I told you about, my budget for them was about $3,000. But eventually they told me they are not willing to spend more than $1,250. Then what I did was that, okay, I revised my strategy based on their budget. You understand? I removed some part that are necessary. So I prioritize the parts that they want to do now. So the subsequent stages, we are going to be working on it. But for now, this is your priority. This is what your budget can carry. Let's focus on it. So that's that about that.
Okay. So finally, sir, I just have a quick follow-up question to that. Sorry for taking your time. So I'm saying, what are some of the things that you consider in terms of recommending ad spend to clients' budgets? What are the factors that comes to play when you want to do that kind of recommendation?
Number one is you look at the average metrics that players in the industry. Like the metrics, like maybe like in terms of average spend in that industry. That's like a rough idea, but you also need to consider the previous campaign that they have been running.
Okay.
You can, apart from using the industry benchmark now, you need to look at what they have been doing in the past. Okay, how much have they been spending in the past? What has been their maybe cost of acquisition? How much have they been spending? Then you want to look at that and use it to make an informed decisions with your own experience too. Okay, now I think we can start from here. Oh, let's increase it. No, let's even reduce it. You need to make that informed decision, and this comes from experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
All right, you're welcome. I think we are done, and that is all from my end. Thank you very much, Jeremiah. So, Jeremiah, what I would like from you is to maybe drop us a testimonial about this session. Tell us what you feel. How did you get this to join this? Is it from the email list or what? Because I'm thinking of
Yeah, I think okay, I think I've had this section with you for a particular. So I got this invite through, I think the WhatsApp. Yeah, I got it from WhatsApp.
Okay, please, you can just drop us a testimonial there. Like, tell us how you feel about the session and the lessons, whatever you can just share, so that it helps us to because we want to continue this workshop on weekly basis, so that we can help us, especially marketers. We can diagnose problems for every performance marketers out there. We can become better growth marketers and help businesses better. So it's more like a community. I'm hoping this will become a community for marketers, not even ordinary folks who are looking to grow. Yeah, thank you.
Sounds good. I'll drop it.
All right. Thank you very much. I'll look forward to seeing you again next time.